in the samas, that is in the Sanskrit compounds, the compounds are classified generally on the basis of 4 types. Purvapada Pradhanaha, Uttarapada Pradhanaha, Ubhayapada Pradhanaha, Anyapada Pradhanaha. So Tatpurush Samas comes in the category of Uttarapada Pradhanaha, where the second word is important when it is used in a sentence as a Samastapada. So that rule applies to the part of Karmadharaya Samas also. That because Karmadharaya Samas is one of the types of Tatpurush Samas. So what type of Samastapadam do we deal with in Karmadharaya Samas is Yatra Viseshana Viseshyayoho Upamana-Upameya Samasaha Bhavati Tatra Karmadharaya Samasaha Bhavati. So there are 2 types of words that come as expansion in Karmadharaya Samas. One is Viseshana Viseshyam. So in the compound word, in the Samastapadam itself, there will be an adjective and a noun put together. One Purvapadam will be Viseshyam, Viseshanam, and Uttarapadam will be Viseshyam. So Viseshyam is being expanded on the basis of Viseshanam. Viseshyam is the important word. Uttarapada Pradhanaha. Or it will be Upamana-Upameya, something compared to another thing. When we go through the examples, it will be more clear. First example, Shantapadikaha. Shantapadikaha marge upavishati. See, according to the picture, a tired passenger is sitting on the way. So, Shantaha Patikaha. Kidrishaha Patikaha. Kidrishaha Patikaha is the question. That means the first word describes the traveler. Shantaha Patikaha. The connection between the 2 words in the compound word is the first word can be a adjective. If the first word is an adjective and the second word is a noun, then it is Karmadharaya Samas. With that rule, you have to expand. Shantaha Patikaha. You have to ask a question. Kidrishaha, Kidrishi or Kidrisham to the noun according to the gender of the noun. Here it is Pullingam. So, Shantaha Patikaha. Next example. Mahatma. Great soul. So, Kidrishaha Atma. Mahan Atma. Swachha Jalam. Clean water. Kidrisham Jalam. Swachham Jalam. Vigasita Pushpani. Kidrishani Pushpani. Vigasitani. Vigasitani Pushpani. Vigasita Pushpani. So these are the types of Visheshana Viseshyam in Karmadharaya. Another type of words that can come in Karmadharaya is Upamana-Upameya. There also Upameyam is important. That means Uttarapadam is important. So in the example Kamalanayanam, Nayanam, the I is important. The I is being compared to something. Here the I is compared to lotus. Kamalanayanam. Kamalam Ivanayanam. The I which looks like a lotus. Kamalam Ivanayanam. Kamalanayanam. Then Parvataha Iva Unnataha. How tall is that building? Parvataha Iva Unnataha. That building is as tall as a mountain. Parvatonnataha. Sandhi also happens. A plus U O. Parvatonnataha. Utpala Komalam. Komalam means soft. So can you compare how soft it is? It is as soft as a lotus. Utpalam Iva Komalam. Utpala Komalam. And there is a character in a story, Nakulaha. Nakulaha means, as the picture shows, it's a mongoose. So, Kidrishaha Nakulaha, Putraha Iva Nakulaha. There was a family who had a pet mongoose and they looked after it like their own son. Putraha Iva Nakulaha, Putra Nakulaha. So, these are the examples of Karmadharaya Samas. as I told in the beginning, there are 4 categories based on which word is important in the compound word. Bahuvreehi Samas is the next type of Samas where we talk about another word. That is, the word itself, the Samastapadam itself will be a Viseshana in the sentence. In the sentence given, the Samastapadam, which can be expanded with the rules of Bahuvreehi Samas, will be a adjective in the sentence. For example, Nilotpalam Saraha. Nilotpalam Saraha. Nilotpalam Saraha Kutra asti? Somebody is asking. Where is that lake? Which lake? Nilotpalam Saraha. The lake where you find blue lotuses. Neelam Utpalam Yasmin Tat. Yasmin is Saptami Vibhakti. In it. In where? In the lake. What? Neelam Utpalam. So Neelam Utpalam, only if you say, it will look like Karmadharaya Samas. But we are not talking only about Neelam Utpalam. We are going one step ahead. We are talking about the lake which has blue lotus in it. Neelam Utpalam Yasmin Tat. Nilotpalam. That is why they always give a sentence for Samas, because it depends where that word is used in a sentence. Here the word itself is an adjective to Saraha. So Nilotpalam is the compound word, but it is not talking about itself. It is talking about Saraha in the sentence. It describes Saraha in the sentence. And the topic of discussion according to the sentence is not the blue lotuses. It is a lake. That is why it is called Anyapada Pradhana. Nilotpalam tells about not itself. It is talking about the lake. It describes the lake. Like Datta Dhanaha. Dhanam word is Navamsakalingam in Sanskrit, but the word Datta Dhanaha is used in Pullingam because it is describing a man, Janaha. Dattam Dhanam. The money is given. Yes, my. Because when we are giving is always in Chaturthi Vibhakti. For whom it is being given. Dattam Dhanam Yasmai Saha. For whom the money is given. Dattam Dhanam. Dhanam is Navamsakalingam, that is why it is used as Dhanam here in the expansion. We determine the lingam of the adjective on the basis of the word or the noun Dhanam in the gender of the noun in the word. The compound word will be used in that particular gender depending on the gender of the noun. Here Janaha, that is by Datta Dhanaha. So the Vachanam and gender of the compound word, that is Bahuvreehi Samas, will be based on the noun in the sentence. But the compound word itself will have 2 words, Datta and Dhana. And we cannot change the gender of the noun at any time. So Dhana is always used in Navamsakalingam. So Dhanam, accordingly we use the adjective Datta. And according to the meaning of the word, we use the rest of the expansion. Yasmai Saha, because we are talking about the person for whom the money was given. Datta Dhanaha Janaha. Dattam Dhanam Yasmai, for whom. Saha. He ran away. For example, Datta Dhanaha Janaha Adhavat. So who ran away? Janaha Adhavat. Kidrishaha Janaha Adhavat. Datta Dhanaha Janaha Adhavat. That is Dattam Janam Yasmai. Dattam Dhanam Yasmai Saha. Now third one is a synonym of is used as a synonym of Sri Krishna, but it is describing his attire. Peetambara Yasya Saha. So how can you spot Sri Krishna in a group? He will be wearing a yellow dress. Peetambara Yasya Saha. Look at that person who is wearing yellow color dress. Peetambara Yasya Saha Peetambaraha. So with these three examples, it's very clear that those three compound words are not describing themselves, but they are describing a noun in a particular context in a sentence.